Imagine floating in silence, high above a sea of green trees. Below you, a pristine lake glimmers in the sun. You are suspended between two mountains, moving towards a future filled with promise. The year is 1962. Now imagine that same cable car, but it is rusted. The windows are shattered. It hangs motionless, trapped in the same spot for over 50 years. A silent metal ghost swaying in the wind. One day, the future simply stopped coming. In the mountains west of Tokyo lies a forgotten dream, a sky road that goes nowhere. This is the story of the Okutama Ropeway, one of Japan's most beautiful and haunting abandoned places. In the post-war boom of the 1960s, Japan was filled with optimism. The economy was soaring, and with it came a new thirst for leisure and tourism. The Okutama region, with its stunning mountains and the picturesque Lake Okutama, was seen as the perfect nearby escape for the crowded citizens of Tokyo. A plan was born. A plan to create a breathtaking journey for tourists. Instead of a long, winding bus road, they would build a ropeway, a futuristic cable car line that would carry passengers directly from one side of the lake to the other, offering unparalleled views. The Okutama Ropeway was an engineering marvel for its time. It stretched over 600 meters, connecting two massive concrete stations built into the mountainsides. The cars themselves, named Kumoto, or Cloud, and Mito, were painted in bright, cheerful colors. For a brief period, the dream was real. Families and tourists rode the cable cars, marveling at the panoramic beauty of the landscape. It was a symbol of Japan's bright, technological future. But the dream was short-lived. The future, it turned out, had other plans.
The ropeway's creators had made a critical miscalculation. While the ride itself was beautiful, there wasn't much for tourists to actually do at the destination station. It was isolated, with few hiking trails and no other attractions. At the same time, a new modern road was built around the lake, making bus travel faster and more convenient. The novelty of the ropeway began to wear off. Ticket sales dwindled. The bright, futuristic cable cars were often running completely empty. Maintaining a ropeway is incredibly expensive. The massive steel cables, the powerful engines, the safety inspections. It all required constant investment. By 1966, just 4 years after it opened, the company was bleeding money. The optimistic dream had become a financial nightmare. The decision was made to temporarily suspend operations. The engines were switched off, the station doors were locked, and the two cable cars, Kumoto and Mito, were left hanging where they stopped, high above the forest, waiting for a tomorrow that would never arrive. For over 50 years, the Okutama Ropeway has remained frozen in time. It was never officially decommissioned. It was simply abandoned, forgotten by the world below. Explorers who venture into the mountains to find it are greeted by a truly haunting sight. The main station is a concrete monolith, slowly being consumed by vines and nature. Inside, it is a perfect time capsule of the 1960s. Dust-covered machinery sits silent. Faded maintenance logs lie open on desks. A rotary telephone waits for a call that will never come.
The real spectacle, however, is outside. High above the lake, the two cable cars still hang on the line. Their cheerful paint is peeling, replaced by long streaks of rust that look like tears. Their windows are shattered, allowing the wind to whistle through their empty cabins. They are metal ghosts, suspended between a past that is gone and a future that never happened. Inside the cars, the decay is even more profound. The vinyl seats are cracked and covered in moss. The floors are littered with broken glass and fallen leaves. It feels less like an abandoned vehicle and more like the tomb of a forgotten idea. There is a strange sadness to the Okutama Ropeway. Unlike a ruined castle or an ancient temple, it is not a relic of a distant, glorious past. It is a relic of a future that failed. A dream of progress and tourism that simply faded away, leaving behind these silent sentinels to guard a path that no one walks. The cost to demolish the ropeway is now so immense that it is cheaper to simply let it stand. And so it does, a permanent monument to a temporary idea. A sky road that serves only as a reminder that sometimes, even with the best intentions, the future we plan for is not the one that we get. It just hangs there, waiting, forever on its way to nowhere.
Ropeway didn't truly end in 1966. In its slow, silent decay, it was given a second life. A life not as a tourist attraction, but as a holy grail for a very specific type of adventurer, the urban explorer. In Japan, this practice is known as haikyo, which literally translates to ruins. But it's more than just exploring old buildings. Haikyo is a culture built on a deep respect for the past and a fascination with the impermanence of things. It's a quiet rebellion in a society that is constantly building, demolishing, and modernizing. Haikyo explorers are not vandals. They are pilgrims paying their respects to forgotten places. Their unofficial motto is "Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints." And for this community, the Okutama Ropeway is a legendary site. It's known as the King of Haikyo for a reason. Getting there is the first challenge. There are no signs. The path is not marked on any modern map. Explorers must navigate through dense mountain forests, following faint trails, and often relying on GPS coordinates shared in secret online forums. The journey itself is a filter, designed to keep out the casual tourist and ensure that only the most dedicated find their way.
Primary Station, Kawano, is the first reward. It's a fortress of solitude. Inside, explorers find a world frozen in amber. The machinery is coated in a thick layer of dust, but it is largely untouched by vandalism. This is the Haikyo Code in action. You can see old leather-bound logbooks, schematics for the ropeway's engine spread out on a table, and even a calendar on the wall, forever turned to November 1966. It's a powerful, human connection to the past. You can almost feel the presence of the last workers who locked the doors, fully expecting to return the next season, a season that never came. The real prize, however, lies across the valley. The Mito station and the two cable cars themselves, Kumamoto and Mito. Reaching them is far more dangerous. The ropeway is, of course, the only direct path, and it is unusable. To get to the other side, explorers must undertake a treacherous hike down one side of the ravine and up the other. This is where the true danger of the Haikyo lies. The structures are over half a century old, unmaintained, and slowly being reclaimed by the powerful forces of nature. Floors can be soft, railings can be rusted through, and a single misstep could lead to a serious fall. Those who make it are rewarded with one of the most surreal sights in all of Japan. The two cable cars hanging silently in the air are even more imposing up close. Getting inside them is a challenge in itself, often requiring ropes or dangerous climb. Inside Kumamoto, the cloud car, the feeling is otherworldly. You are suspended hundreds of feet in the air inside a rusty metal cage that creaks and groans with every gust of wind. The wind whistles through the shattered windows, a sound that many explorers have described as the ropeway's own lonely sigh. From here, you can see the modern world in the distance, cars moving on the new road, the bustling life that made this place obsolete. It's a profound moment of isolation, a feeling of being completely disconnected from time. Over the years, the ropeway has gathered its own set of myths and legends. Some Haikyo explorers have reported hearing faint music or voices echoing from the empty stations late at night. Others have spoken of a feeling of being watched while inside the cable cars, as if the ghosts of the workers who once ran the line are still there, silently guarding their domain. These are likely just stories, the product of an active imagination in a creepy, isolated environment. But they add another layer to the ropeway's mystique. It is no longer just a failed business venture. It is a place with a soul, a place that remembers. The ultimate question that hangs in the air with the cable cars is, what will become of it? The cost of demolition is astronomical, estimated in the millions of dollars due to the remote location and the need to protect the national park's environment. The cost of restoration is even higher. And so the most likely answer is nothing. The Okutama Ropeway is destined to continue its slow, graceful decay. For decades to come, it will hang there, a silent testament to a different era, a time of unbridled optimism and grand dreams. It serves as a powerful physical reminder that the future is not a guarantee. It is a destination we are all traveling towards, but sometimes the road simply stops, leaving us suspended forever between what was and what could have been.